sometimes a trip around the bay in a small boat, which will take you all the way out to the Needles. This name came from Needle Rock, a 120 feet high column of rock, which was also known as Lot's wife. This column fell into the sea during a storm in 1764, the stump of which can still be seen at low tide. From then on, the site was known as the Needles. The Needles Lighthouse was built in the 1850s and is still operational today, although it is now unmanned as it became fully automated in 1994. On a clear day, you can see the whole way along the south coast, from Southampton to Bournemouth, there in the distance. Across the Solent, you can see the estuary that leads into Leamington Harbour, and the flat plain of the New Forest, which still covers some 92,000 acres. We will shortly be approaching the Needles Old Battery, which was originally built in 1863 to protect against invasion by the French. West Wight was particularly well defended, with water redoubt at Freshwater Bay, the Needles Battery, and a further 5 fortifications around the coast towards Yarmouth. These fortifications were built during the 19th century by Lord Palmerston's government, and as none of them fired a shot in anger until World War I, they were known as Palmerston's Follies. Here at the Old Battery, visitors can access a 60-metre long tunnel cut through the chalk, which leads to a searchlight emplacement and gives the closest views of the Needles rocks from land. 2 of the original gun barrels are on display in the parade ground, and there are several exhibitions leading you through the history of the Old Battery. A visit to the Battery would not be complete without experiencing the 1940s tea room for light lunches, cream teas, or just coffee and cake. The surrounding headlands encompassing both the old and new batteries are now in the care of the National Trust. The Needles New Battery was built a little further inland in 1893, prompted by concerns that vibration from the new, more powerful guns of the old battery would cause the cliffs to collapse and bring everything tumbling into the sea. The new battery in Headland were the site of secret rocket tests in Britain's race for space between 1956 and 1971. The Black Knight and Black Arrow rockets were tested here before being taken out to Woomera in Australia for launch. Black Arrow 3 launched Prospero in October 1971, and it remains the only British satellite ever to be launched by a British rocket. Although no longer transmitting, it still passes overhead twice a day. This houses an exhibition about the history rocket test site, which is open on Saturdays from Easter until the end of September, and is free to enter. If you follow the road around the corner beyond the turning circle, the remains of the rocket testing gantries and Needles viewpoint can be found. At this point, we are about 120 metres, or 400 feet, above sea level.